approval. Good evening, good evening. I hope you guys can hear. I'm gonna have to change screens. The lights are not. It's not giving. It's not giving. Um, I'll have to change screens soon. Let me know if you are on this live. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you are on this live. Let's take this quick scalp. We're gonna take this quick scalp. Quick scalp. I'm just gonna check if my mic is working, and also check if I am. Hi, I'm back. Yes, it's been 2 weeks. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Uh, Let me know if you can hear my sound. All right. I've got so much to talk about. Is it all good? All good. All systems go. Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Right, so I'm looking at taking this quick scalp. Um, I've been here. I've been trading. It was I just couldn't come on the lives because I do trade in the morning as well. And what happened is when I win in the morning, I I trade in the evening. What I notice is that sometimes I just mess up my psychology and I'm not patient with trades in the evening because I've taken a trade in the morning and I had a bias and the trade played out and then it just missed. It's really I'm battling with that mentally in terms of coming back from work and then I come on a live and then perform at my best because with trading my mind, if your mind is not if you're not clear, if you cannot be stressed, you cannot be tense, it's hectic, so I take trades in the morning, so and I send trades in a group as well, so I have a private group where I send my trades, and that is where I have to manage the trade because obviously people rely on me, so if on my idea, and I give them a stop loss, I give them a take profit, and I also manage the trade with them. I send updates and say, okay, the trade is not playing out, or it's invalid, or it's going to TP1. You can take, I give updates and things like that. So sometimes it gets too much, and I can't do a live. I'm literally so exhausted that I cannot even speak because, and I also don't want to come on a live and not give value, and not like just talk for no reason. So I actually want to, so on my TikTok and on my Instagram, I actually shared today's trade. You see, this trade is what I took this trade this morning. Gold played around. The Mondays are crappy, right? For gold, I don't know what your experience is, but on Mondays, not every Monday. My days where gold is crappy for me is Wednesdays and Fridays. That's why I don't trade on Wednesdays. But this week is NFP week, so I realized, like you can see here, we took such a beautiful setup this morning. When as soon as it broke out here, this was my entry. Actually, just made a video for TikTok and to update my members. That took a break, and my stop loss was literally here on this week, and I got stopped out twice this morning, and then price broke eventually out here on this when this Paris candle closed. I re-entered after two. It hit my stop loss twice and I re-entered, something that I don't normally do, but the setup was valid. So look at how far gold dropped. I took profit here. This was my TP1. Sorry, let me just bring this up. So this was my TP1, and then my TP2 was at 3.3. Yeah, this one was my TP2, and it still dropped. And now it's here, and I think it's going to then ends why I'm scalping this down now, because this could be the potential drop to, I see gold moving all the way down to 3285. You can see this is what I marked off on Sunday, and this is where price started this morning, and it just dropped I'm currently now up in profits on this one. I just risk a small bit because it is it is the evening setup. So if you want to enter the setup, I will say wait for it to break these wicks here. Make your stop loss just above that wick here on a 5 minutes so you can have a tight stop loss, right? And just target these bottoms here, these lows here. This is what I'm targeting. This is what I'm looking at currently. So let's see if we're gonna get a break here. Yeah. So there is my analysis. I do think that this is going to be a continuation, but it's also risky because if you check on the 1 hour now, you'll see we had this break from this morning. Oh, this was such a beautiful trade. I did not hold the full TP, but this was a bit. There was so much money to be made on this trade. But what you can see here, price broke a new low here. So right here, and it came back. So I think once price now break out here at 3310, it's going to reach for this. But I even think it's coming all the way down, even maybe tomorrow. But this is it's heading for 3282. So yeah, gold is strong, berries. So this is my current analysis for tonight and what I am looking at. Good evening, good evening. If you only joined us now, I did say where I was for the past 2 weeks, why I wasn't on the live. I did share that. And I also shared like the trade we took this morning, beautiful sell setup. And this trade that I'm in now is a continuation of that trade because I can see on the higher time frame structure that price could drop more. So if you're joining us now, yeah, that's it. Is that you done? Okay, cool. Thank you. Good evening. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. So tonight, as you can see, I'm jacked up. I have energy tonight. I am not so tired. I think I also, this weekend was a good weekend because I'm at time to rest and you always come fresh from a weekend when you have time to rest and did not do a lot of things. So yeah, and this morning the Monday setup, it was a girl was just playing around this morning. Like I just didn't like it, but I trusted the analysis because once I saw on the 15-minute this week all the way, and you would see I was wicked out twice here, and then price dropped. I re-entered on this candle, and price dropped. I was in a bit of profits, but my TP was all the way down here. So you would see when that pullback happened, my stop loss was here. Then you saw price came all the way up here. I was still holding, and price came down, and I scaled in when it came back down. And I got all of this, and I closed here, and I did that week, closed some profit here, and I had a break even day due to that where I was stopped out. Now, I do see it could go down more, but this is very risky because I am actually waiting for price to break this candle here in order to see if it's actually going to drop. Because if you check now on the 1 hour, there is a pullback happening. And yes, we have a break of that low, but it could just pull back all the way up. So that's the reason why if I get such a good trade in the morning, that I don't really like to trade in the evenings because of obvious reasons that the market, once the market has moved strongly during New York or London session, there's always a consolidation going to happen for it to make ready for the next move. So we either get a continuation of what was happening this morning, or we get a full pullback. So that is, it's very risky to trade during the evenings. Actually, that's what I noticed also. And yeah, I do want to come alive, and when I come alive, I really want to give value. I don't want to just be live and not give any value. So I will close as soon as price hit above this high here. But like I said, if you want to enter, I would suggest wait for it to break this 3311 before you enter. I entered around here on this candle. Okay. Right, let's see. Let's see. There's no more. It's 7 o'clock now. So that's a good time for the momentum to come in the market now. It's a good time. So let's see. Let's see. Thank you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's go, gold. Let's see. I'm not expecting much because we have gold has given us a good push from this morning setup. Um, as you can see here, it's dropped so hard here, it dropped so hard. So um, even if it can just give us another 100 pops here, I'll take it. Here we go. It's starting to break there now. There we go. All right, let's go. I think July and August also is going to be the best time to trade gold because we're going to see how the markets drop and give big moves like these ones. It's going to happen again. That's why I have no FOMO. If I miss a trade, I have no FOMO. I am dealing with the fact that what I'm currently dealing with is actually holding to that long moves, holding longer moves because yes, it's good and well to take your profit when you're up, but now that the market is giving you all that profit, you actually have to also have develop your psychology to hold longer. Because I like to not to hold long. I like to just scalp it. But I've seen with my strategy because I get so much good, so many nice entry. My entry is so great that I can actually hold longer and make more money. So this is now the time for me to work on that where I set and forget and put in my parcels, take partial profits and let the trade just play out with it. Because I've seen this. Look here, potential target 33284. That was Sunday's markup when I mark up my chart. If you're on TikTok and you follow me there, you will see I actually posted a video yesterday, Sunday, where I said this is my analysis and I think price will go there. And price dropped from that area from 32, sorry, from 336, 3338. It dropped all the way. Almost came close to 3328. Where is that? 3322 280. I do see it go to 33280. Here it is. Finally, it will go there. Not now, maybe, but it's going there in this week. And with the news coming out, we can expect strong, 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 strong momentum on gold. The only thing that I don't like is those wicks. Getting your stop loss right, you will not always get it right. Because I had my stop loss area and I got stopped out twice today. Normally, when I get stopped out twice, I don't enter again. I'm done. But I couldn't give up on a setup that I analyzed since Sunday and this morning. I knew it's going to drop because based on my technicals, you could see that the structure is still very strong, berries. And I re-entered based on the break and based on what I see in the technicals, confirming what I see on the higher time frames. And wow, that drop was insane. So, okay, now when I came to the market tonight, I can see a continuation. So, what I did was basically when price was now around here, I waited for it to pull back and then broke out here. And as you can see, it started to break out now these lows as well. I would love for it to break below this 3310. Just come down more. So we're targeting these lows here and this low here. Sorry, let me bring it down. From year to year with a zero point 0.5 lot size, you can easily make 500. From year to year with a zero point 0.5 lot size, you can easily make $500. There we go. There it's breaking now. It's breaking. Strong berries now. It's playing out nicely now. It's dropping. Let's go now. Don't pull back now. Don't pull back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we can see it dropped. It actually broke 3310, that level at 3310. So that is a strong, and look how that candle closed as well. That is giving me indication of if Paris direction is still pushing, even though that candle closed very small with a small body. So the momentum is not strong, but there is momentum. Obviously, it's later in the day also, but I could see price dropping to the previous low at 330 3302. I could see price coming here still tonight. Let's go now. Yeah, so two more trading days left for me for this week. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm not trading on Wednesday. And then Friday's end of peace, so I won't be trading on Friday as well. But Tuesday and Thursday, I will be live and I'll also be trading still. Hopefully, you know, with trading, you can always come to the market because you want to make money but you can just follow your process. And the market can move how the market moves. I've seen this now. That is one thing you as a trader need to deal with is the ups and downs of the market. And not a lot of people talk about that psychology of the ups and the downs of trading. You can be up, you can have a great winning trade, but then you also don't get the best outcome that you wanted to get from that trade. But in the end, it's just a trade. There's always a next trade, and how do you measure your performance, or based on what are you measuring your performance? Yes, we are in this to make the money, but if you are in it for a long game, like I am, for the long term, consistent profits is better than making big bucks every single day. Big moves. Yes, you get those lifestyle you are inspired by what other traders post and all that, but it's not your journey and you're not there yet. So I always tell myself that I should focus on my own process, my own lane. I should stay in my own lane. Never compare myself with other traders. Even trading live is, I never thought that I would be able to sow this, like that I will be so confident, but because I don't do it for I do it for myself, and I also do it to share that the reality of how hard it actually is to trade. It's actually not that easy, psychology wise. It's very draining. And if, like me, I am not going to quit my job for trading. I I have a full time job and I trade, so um, it's not always easy. But you have to be mentally strong. It's a personal growth development journey. All right, I like how that candle is moving nice berries. Let's just see. So entry was around here. I said to you, if it breaks here, you can enter, and it also broke this low here now. So previous low. You can see it broke there. I just wanted to break here now. So we're targeting these lows. Like I said, for those who only joined me now, I mentioned the trade I took this morning. So I'm seeing price could drop more. However, I'm just quickly scalping this, not looking for the big moves tonight because the market is already exhausted and we have seen a strong drop since this morning. So, and that was like 350 pips. That was hectic. That was good money to be made. 350. Now, I get that type of early entries because of my entry strategy. And it's not a 100% win strategy. There's days when, like this morning, I shared it on my TikTok because I believe in transparency. My trade got stopped out twice and I re-entered. Something I don't normally do, but I re-entered. Due to the trade setup was still valid, even though my stop loss got hit. But you know, the weeks was crazy this morning on gold. Sometimes it's most of the time it is crazy, but this morning was just different. It didn't move like it normally does, but you have to navigate around that. That's why I say when the market is like that, you have to reduce your risk. I was at that trader where every single trade I would risk high. I would go in with the same risk, but now I've learned to not go big on every single trade idea because tomorrow and there will always be another trade idea. I had to change my scarcity mindset, thinking that the I'm going to miss out. I'm missing out on money or I'm missing out on something. No, that is a scarcity mindset. So I always tell myself, tomorrow will be another trading day and I will get another setup like this. I mean, the setup that I've seen today is not the first time I see this type of move on gold. So even if I didn't catch the full move, I still made money. I still had a break even day. I could have had a bad losing day or could have been a I blew my count day. But it wasn't that kind of day. So I am grateful for even that. And that is trading. Like some days, last week I had a profitable week, took some losses, took 2 losses, 3 wins, and I had a profitable week. But I've learned so much from last week also. I've learned a lot about the risk management by my life experience in the market. So that was a win for me, even though I did not see the monetary value of what I put into the markets, of my analysis, of like I share my trade ideas in a private group. I give so much. Like sometimes I feel like I need to see more results, but my time will come, and I would rather be at a pace where slow progress than to make it big and then you cannot handle the big money. So I'm grateful for where I am at now. I'm grateful for the skill. I'm grateful for the fact that I get to trade. I get to have a skill besides my job, besides what I do. All right, it's pulling back now. Sorry. You see how that pullback, that pullback came all the way back now to entry. My stop loss in this trade is above here. Like I said, we are trading a continuation of this move. So it is currently at this low here. So if it does reject off here and continue going up, I will not be surprised because this is a risky entry, like I mentioned earlier. Due to the move that we already got this morning, and London and New York session price was dropping so hard. But I still believe that price want to come down and take out these lows at least, and then maybe pull back. But let's see, anything can happen. Yeah, it's going strongly now. I don't like that pullback. I was hoping it would just reject off our entry here. Let's see. Okay, it did reject actually now. Well, let's see where that candle is gonna close. So rejecting. Maybe this is the drop that I'm waiting for. Wow. It's my mom. Right. So let me see where is this candle now. You see how our gold is now playing right at our entry again. That's right at entry. Wow, I'm just reading a review of my course of my mentorship now. Sorry, I'm just smiling with my phone because I'm just reading someone's review. Just- I break my strategy. The strategy that I trade is so simple. And when I speak about it, people always say, and I love it when people say, wow, that is so simple. Yes, because it's supposed to be simple. It's not supposed to have be complicated, the technical analysis and the strategy. And if you cannot explain your strategy to other people, then you don't understand it for yourself. So I daily get messages where people say that you really break down. Like, I want to read this to you. This is so profound. While we're waiting for the trade to play out, she said, "Yeah, in terms of strategy, Marileef's price action method focuses on understanding market structure, key levels, and candlestick behavior. It teaches you to read the charts confidently without relying on unnecessary indicators." And I like that she's saying here. She take time to explain concepts I couldn't figure out by myself. A price action strategy is clear, practical, and incredibly effective. Since completing the course, I've seen steady progress in my trading and have started to become more consistent and confident in my trade. Wow, this is amazing. That is amazing. I remember when I was looking for a strategy. Hi, my friend. Yes, it's been a while. I am back. I'm back. I just explained earlier when I started the live where I was and what happened to me. Guys, you must remember I'm also trading in the morning London session. I think I did mention this before. So I share my trade ideas in a private group with other traders. Like you just heard, I mentioned the mentorship. Some one of the students who took my mentorship. So she's actually a teacher, and she started with me in 2021. Um, when I actually also started, but I was trading that time breakout strategy, and then she was with me since the beginning because I developed into the my strategy into a simple strategy, and this is the one strategy that I'm still currently trading. So I'm sharing my trade ideas in a group in the morning. I manage the trade with him. I give stop loss and take profit, and we talk about risk management in the group. So it and I have a full time job, so it takes a lot. Oh, this trade is going against me. It takes a lot of my time. So coming on a live, sometimes I'm very tired. I can't even speak properly because of the exhaustion. So that's why I'm sometimes missing on the lives, but I'm trying, man. I'm trying. If you want to get hold of me, or you would really like to me to go live and explain something, or you just want me to look at the chart, send me a message. Send me a message on Instagram. Inbox me. I will respond to you because it's easier for me to just make a video and send it to you and explain maybe something I said on my life that was unclear to you, or you have confusion about something. One thing about me, I love to share information, so I will always share what I know. I'm definitely not a guru. Okay, so I set my stop loss. Okay, I'm gonna put my. I changed my. I'm gonna put my Instagram handles here at the bottom because I changed my name just recently. I was almost going to. Let me see if I can send it to you here on the live. Um, just give me some time. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you here now. All right, that candle was just rejecting off. Let's just see. I share my profile. Share profile. Let's go. Share profile. I'm gonna share my profile with you now. Where can I? Now I'm not able to. All right, let's go. Thank you guys for liking this. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking the live. I am back. I am back. It looks like you guys missed me. I'm trying to send my I'm sending it now. My Instagram handle in this. Where am I now? Oh gosh, I'm on the wrong live. Okay, here we go. Let me know if you can see it. Or when you click on it, that it actually takes you to my page. Let me know, please. So I just said my Instagram, it's Merrily Trades. So I changed the name from Forex because I didn't like it. I just didn't like the fact that I said FX next to my name because there's so many people who has that. I just said Merrily Trades because it just sums up what I'm doing. Right. Ooh, that. Okay, so we entered around 3312 and now we've seen price coming back. Stop loss is above 3314, just above that wick there, right here. And I'm currently targeting this lows. Like I explained this morning, I showed it also on TikTok. My stop loss got hit twice this morning on this trade. I actually had took this beautiful trade and I re-entered around here, right here. Almost got stopped out again on this trade, on this week here. And then all the way down. Look at that crazy drop, guys. That's why I'm saying this trade that I'm taking is a scalp to 3302. It's a continuation of that setup I took this morning. Welcome, welcome. If you only joined us now, I am back. All right. We've been in the trade since 6, 7. I started the live just before 7. And I did say it is a risky trade because we can see that strong drop on gold. I'm expecting maybe not tomorrow, but even Wednesday, Thursday for the continuation of that strong bearish momentum. Sunday, this is what I marked off from the 4-hour. Potential target is here at 3282. I can see gold dropping, but this we might be caught up in a pullback now. It is late in the day also. So those are the things that I also keep in mind when I trade and take trades. Because the reason why my edge in the market, oh sorry, my edge in the market is also the times that I trade. The timing in when you come to the market is crucial. Let me tell you, I know of my one mentor that I learned from 2 years ago. He mentioned something. He said to me, not to me, he said in on one of his videos, he trades New York session, but he trades the pre-New York session. And I back tested my strategy and I found a perfect time for me to enter. So during that time, it's not every single day the same, but in that range, when you get to the market in that range, my setups will present itself. And that is part of my edge, is also the time that I look at the market. Now I know at this time there's still momentum. You can still capitalize on the smaller moves like this here. But I'm not expecting price to come all the way down to 3283 tonight, because obviously where I am at now, it's now 7:30 in South Africa. The market closes in my side at 10. By 8 o'clock, I don't really want to be in the market anymore because then the momentum just dies down. So I know that. So I'm not going to look for big moves at that time. A good time to trade in South Africa is definitely London. I am biased because I trade London session and I love trading London session. I've seen the most gold moves in London and in New York. New York is also good to trade. Is probably the best time for London is not London. New York session is probably the best trading session to trade gold. But you get good setups in London too. Depends on your strategy, what you trade. I know people trade breakouts, and part of my one strategy is I also sometimes use breakouts. I sometimes use liquidity grab setups, and most of the time I use supply and demand. So what will give me more confidence is if this candle that's currently moving, if we can close at the just below this candle here, 3310. Come on now. It looks like risk management. So, oh, that's a good question. There's so many nice nuggets that I've learned. So, with risk management, especially on gold, I've learned that when you basically for me, when I select a lot size, I normally select my lot size based off the stop loss. But with the gold, at times you would put your stop loss, for instance, here, and then, or maybe you put your stop loss here. That is now 617 pips, and then gold comes and it takes out that stop loss, and then you see, but then what happens? It takes out your stop loss and then it goes into your direction. So when I entered here, I would go in with a zero point 0.5 lot size. And when I get stopped out, I would lose from that zero point 0.5 because I went in with the high lot size. I am now, say for instance, I said to myself, when I take a trade, I only want to lose $100 because that is what I say to myself coming to the market. But if my stop loss gets hit and I'm already down with a 0 point, if you use a zero point 0.5 and you are already down, say it was 17 pips, $85, you know, and then you said to yourself you only have $100 to risk today, or you are only going to risk $100 on this trade idea. So the first time the stop loss hit, it's $85 down. Now the trade goes into your direction, and you have, obviously, I cannot now because I entered here now. Now I move my stop loss again. Nope, stop loss must be the same because stop loss is based off structure. Stop loss is not guessing. You cannot enter a trade if you don't know where your stop loss is. And stop loss should always be according to structure. So if you entered here, it's and yours and this is where your stop loss is supposed to be. That's 37 pips. That means you entered late. So now it's on you, it's on me. That's what I learned. And where I need to improve because I go in with my high lot size too early. So going in with a smaller lot size and then scale in afterwards will mitigate the risk of losing more. So that's how I've learned, like, okay, with these weeks I got because for the last week also I took two losing trades, and both of them twice my stop loss got hit, and then the trade went into my direction. So but it's also, you have to have the confidence in your strategy first of all. So sometimes that it just don't play out, but moving your stop loss, that's another thing that I learned about the risk management. The second thing, not moving my stop loss, because it affects how much you are now risking. You are now moving your stop loss, so now you are putting your capital at a higher risk. So that, and then also, like, sometimes the market is just crap. Your analysis is good, but the market is just crap. Like, the markets are just not playing out. The market is just not moving. So those are the days that you have to sit on your hands. Normally what I would do, I will enter some days. I can see that the market is crap, but you still battle with that. But I have to take a trade. I want to take a trade. Let me just take this trade. So yeah, that is one of the other things that I journal a lot about, so that I can not do it the next week. And I'm still battling with it, because if you are in the live market, your rules, yes, you have your rules, you're structured, you have your plan, but it is a constant battle for you. You have to build up that mindset, that muscle, and it takes time, it takes years to practice overcoming that fear, so that you will be like, use proper risk management in every single trade, and that it won't phase you, man. So yeah, those are the few things that I learned about risk management, like especially on gold, because gold is a different beast. It's a different type of beast, and you know how we cannot have big stop losses on gold, because most of us are not trading with $20,000. I'm not trading with a 20. If I had a big account like that, I would probably um give my stop loss more breathing space. But my strategy is, that's why I enter on a 5 minutes, so I can get a tighter stop loss. And you just have to stick to those. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. But what I do, if I lose $100, I'm out for the day. I don't trade again. That's why you also don't see me come on the lives, guys. Some days I will not come. Some days I have to come on live, but I don't, because I've lost a trade maybe in the London session. And coming on live again will just, I might just put my capital at risk, and I don't want to do that. I might just put on a trade because I'm live, and it's not right, because at the end of the week, then I see, oh, I have lost more than what I've planned to lose. I want to be profitable at the end of the week. That's my goal. Yes, you're going to take losses, but it's how you manage those losses, man. That's the hardest. The hardest thing is managing your losses, managing your emotions that goes with the losses. For me, it's that urge of, like, going in with a bigger lot in the first time. No, wait, let the pullback happen, and then scale in afterwards. Go in with a smaller lot. Don't go in with 0.1 or 0.10 before you even scale up. Because you are gonna make the money in the market. It's just about also holding those trades to your plan, sitting in those drawdowns. I cannot teach. Nobody can teach you that, because no course, nothing. Nobody can teach you how to sit in a live trade and wait for a trade to play out without panicking. Sit on your hands, because it's something that I had to learn over this past 4 years. I had to go through it over and over and over again, and make mistakes, over and over again. What is Emirate asking? You are African. South African. What is that? got to do with the price of eggs. Now let's see. Oh, it's playing now, no? It's really playing. Yeah, guys, it looks like it's consolidating, but we'll wait for 8 o'clock now. It's 15 minutes before 8. It is currently sitting on that previous low. If you look to your 1 hour, if you're now on your chart, just check on the 1 hour. Look to your left, and you will see that price is now sitting at that 1 hour. And I'm just concerned that this might be a pullback because you can see the drop from this morning, right? So, ooh, look at this drop here. Broke all the structure, broke. So, what I was referring to is this here. This 1 hour right here. And now it's dropping. I do think I want to come here and pull back, but it could also just continue going up and come back. Retest here. But this week still, I'm telling you, it's dropping to 3282. Price is dropping. It's strongly bearish, and overall on the higher time frames, it will drop. So let's see what gold wants to do tonight. Like the fact that it's still below my 3310, so that is still giving confidence for this trade setup. However, if we start seeing price coming up here again, even higher than this week, then this setup is actually invalid. It should not come up all the way up here now, because it already rejected in this area, and this is my supply area. I don't have the zone here, but I can see it with my eye. That's why I would say then, if you entered around here, then now you can bring your stop loss. But if you entered obviously down here, then let me see. Okay, let's see if it's gonna drop or not. No, what I actually said is, don't know. Say for instance, you're going to, I don't know what lot size is high for you. So let's work on 0.20 is high. Is your high lot size, right? Now if you take a 0.20 and you can easily get 100 pips, that's $200. So you are willing to, if you say your entry, your tight stop loss now should at least be 20. It's not always going to be 20 pips, but let's work on 20 pips. That's a tight stop loss for me. 20 pips on gold with a 0.20 lot size is $40. So if you are willing to lose that $40, first go in with the 0.10. See, you enter with 0.10, because what I'm saying is, we know that gold likes to spike up, pull back, spike up, and then it goes in your direction. So what I do is, like this morning, I'm gonna show you. I actually just took a setup this morning on this. You see, I was stopped out right here. So you can see this was my stop loss. I was actually entered here was 24 pops. So ended around here, around here. It's just at the bottom 3385 was, and I got stopped out. You can see here once and twice. So that was 26 pops, right? And I had 0. 0.2, 0.2. I had three positions open, 0.2. So 0.6. So it came down and then I re-entered here. Now I went in with 0.10 and then price came all the way down and then it pulled back to this entry here again and then I entered again. So managing the trade based on how much you are willing to lose for the day. I just use that as a guide to then set my stop loss. So let me just go back here and see what's happening here. So I wouldn't say go in with a big lot size, like enter with your biggest. Rather scale in, like wait for the pullback, wait for it to mess up, to mess, do all this consolidation. Because once we know, once it drops quick. So we have to give our stop loss breathing space. So I would say go in with a smaller lot and then scale in. But how can I say this now? Don't give it also a too tight stop loss. It has to be according to structure. Now, what I mean by that now is the Afrikaans. Kijk, dan heb ik me ook in Afrikaans praat. So, I'm not sure if you understand, but if this high here is I will put my stop loss above this high. If you enter here, my stop loss is above the high. If you enter here, your stop loss is above this high. It's always according to structure. You understand? So you and look on the 5 minute structure. So if you see you are in a cell, the previous high is your stop loss area. And don't put it exact. Don't put the stop loss exactly on that week. Put it a bit, just a little, say 2 or 3 pips above that. Because what I've noticed is price would come sometimes right, they test it and then it drops. Like it just did here now. Look at this now. If my stop loss was now here, I would have been stopped out. But this candle here and this high, our stop loss was here above this high. And you see price pulled back now. Now you're giving yourself space, but you also, if your entry is down here, that's a big stop loss, right? So now you're gonna want to put your stop loss here. But if you entered late, you must also, it's also based on your entry. If you entered late, then you cannot go in with a high lot if your stop loss is all the way up there. Because you still need to give your stop loss a breathing a cushion, to move, at least come up all day and then drop. So, because imagine I had a stop loss now here, I would have been stopped out now. But because I could see when we entered around here on this blue line, this is the previous high, so my stop loss is above that. Now that if price break this low now here, this is how I'm going to manage my trade. I bring my stop loss down, so now you reduce your risk. You bring it down to this week, just a little bit higher. This week here is your previous high now. It serves as your previous week. So you just put it a little bit higher. And look how smaller I make my risk now. Until you can see price starting to make lower lows, new lower lows, then you can put your trade in a risk free. And that is also how you can start start keeping trades open for longer. Okay, it's playing around, but it does look like it wants to break out here now. So let's see. Okay, perfect. It's starting to drop now. Let's go now. Go. You see, it's like a minute. No, I'm lying. It's like 5 minutes before 8. So I am hoping to see at 8 o'clock that price drop more. It is really choppy, guys. So I will just wait for to see at 8 o'clock what's happening. No, I don't trade crypto. I only trade gold and GBP USD. Well, that consolidation is now crazy. Eh? Now, one of two things can happen. This the price action can either p- short down and give us a some nice profits, but then also it could just hit stop loss now. We are sitting at the previous low, so on the 1 hour, and it's getting late. So let's see. And this is what I mean when I say I trade in the mornings, London session, and I get a good set. I'm not saying that you can't get a setup this time of the night, but when, in my experience, if I see that it, if gold is choppy in the morning in London, then it normally gives great setups in the evening. But if it's giving us like this morning setup, New York, its price was just dropping, giving like 350 pips from entry. The chances that it will be so good during the evening session, it's very slim. It's probability of that playing out. That's why I will reduce my risk. I said that in the beginning of this live. Rather reduce your risk. You don't want to make big bucks on this trade. You just want to scalp it basically from 3,310, scalp it from here to here, and then get out of the market. I was really hoping to see that price can at least break these lows here. Let's see, we have 2 more minutes left on this trade, on this candle, I mean. Okay, it's 8 o'clock now. I don't like how the candle closed, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Um, the fact that this closed, I don't think I wanna sit in that pullback. The fact that this 15-minute pill also closed, it's going to drop a bit, but it probably wants to come back to our zone first now before it drops. And I am not. Let's wait. I'm gonna wait for this to see where this close because I might just close the trade. Choppy, choppy, choppy. I wanted to see this candle close at least below here. These bodies. Okay, and this live is being on for 1 hour and 12 minutes. Okay, let's see. I'll put the stop loss in entry point. It depends on what you base your entry on. So your entry point, if you say you trade break or structure, I don't know what you trade. You trade break or structure, you trade breakout, you trade, I don't know. But for me, my analysis is on the 1 hour time frame, 4 hours sometimes. But the entries is on the 5 minute. But the entry I take on the 5 minute and 15 minute is based off the 1 hour structure. So first I read the structure on the 1 hour and I check for whether there's a breaking structure or whether you can see prices bouncing off a key level or whether there's a candlestick pattern. Then you go to your lower time frames and normally you're looking for what you see on the high time frame to confirm. So you're looking to see, say for instance, you see a break of a low on a higher time frame. You see a bearish candle break a low completely, fully. Now, this is something I mentor other students on how to look for a proper break or structure, how to identify what is a full break, because there can be a fake out also. So it really comes down to technicals. And I use with gold higher time frames with lower time frames in like I enter on a lower time frame, but I don't forget, I keep in mind the higher time frame structure. And that requires you to understand market structure on higher time frames. So like the 1 hour is my highest or 4 hour. At least be able to read the same thing on the smaller time frames as well. So that you can have strong confirmation of where the momentum is going. Because once you know, okay, you have strong momentum in this direction, you can go to smaller time frame, 15, 5 minutes. I don't go smaller than 5 minutes. Then I look for areas of rejection. I do have an entry model which I do teach in depth. Very simple entry model, but it requires practice. So I can show you how I enter, what I look for. I think I mentioned it so many times also on the live, what I actually look for when I enter. But yeah, there is certain things that I look for before I enter, like the rejection candle. You hear me say rejection candle. So I know I might say this is a rejection candle, but for you it might be something else. You might call it something else. So I know we all look at the same market, but we don't see the same thing. And that is just how you train your eye. It's nothing wrong with it. You must find what works for you also. So maybe on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday when you join the live again, we can talk about it. I can take you through my entry module and show you like practically from A to Z how it's like 6 steps or 5 steps that I do to look for an entry and how I base off my stop loss based on that entry. Okay, guys, I'm going to close now at 10. I'm just going to be in this trade now for 5, not on the trade on the live for 5 more minutes. If you are in the strike, put your stop loss at 331 3.5, and your TP is you can put your TP. I mean, I'm targeting 33. I'll leave it to run, and I'll send an update 3302. This is my TP here. Stop loss is going to be 33135 right here. Okay, and then yeah, I'm about to end this live. Thank you for those who watched and came on to the live tonight. Thank you for those who subscribed, those who are new. I've been missing for a week. I'm back again. I do apologize. I do apologize. Um, I will be better. I will try to be better. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I left my link here in the chat. You will see there. If you click, go follow me on Instagram. I actually share my trades I took in the mornings. I share the trades on Instagram on my story, so you can watch it there. And if you want to inbox me, want to send me a message, you can also just pop me a message on Instagram. Then I will reply. I do work. I have a full-time job, but when I get time, I will reply to you. If it's only trading related, not other things. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow evening, God willingly. I will be back here and we will catch those setups. Remember, guys, it is end goals. I don't know. It is NFP week. So tomorrow there is high impact news coming out around 2 or 4 ish, but we'll see what the market does tomorrow evening. But if you're trading tomorrow, stay safe in the markets, proper risk management. I know we want to make money. We all want to make money. I want to make a lot of money. However, it's a slow. If you use proper risk management, then it's going to be slow. Your process is going to be slow. And you just have to tell yourself and motivate yourself, find things that motivate you, that even though it's taking longer than you thought it would be, you doing things the right way. Instead of being gambling and gambling your money, your hard-earned money on the markets. Trading is risky and there is financial risk for you to lose your money. So be careful. And this week especially, high impact news, I always say high impact news mess up market structure, especially we that I only focus on market structure. I don't use indicators, I don't use extra things on my charts. I use price action market structure. So for us who trading naked charts, price action, the news will mess up the formation, the structure of the market. So that's the reason why I don't like trading news, because it's just not in our best interest. So be careful when you trade during this week as well. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out. I'll send an update on Instagram on this trade. I'm not gonna close the trade. I have a stop loss in and I have the TP in. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye.